Bonjour, everyone. Hi, this is Neshi Lokotz. Welcome to Communications from Home, my weekly evening show. And today is Tuesday, April 23rd. Yeah. The day has gone by so fast. I feel like I was just here to do my live stream, my daily live stream. And it was a couple hours ago, or more than that, 4 hours ago. Yeah, so today's gone by really fast. I don't know what it is like been for you, but it was like on a moving train today. I have some good news, some personally good news. Hi, Julie Shumway Hill. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. Well, first, before I share my good news, I'm going to share the live stream, and so that way, people, our friends can remember that we were going to be here together tonight. So I just have to get to the page. And I'd invite you to do the same, is to share, even if it's just with one friend. That's good. Because what we're doing is we're making the information as available as possible for those who might be looking or searching, us seekers of information. They'll be able to find us a little bit easier. And it's a good thing to share, right? What'd you learn in school today? Sharing. Remember that old commercial? Yeah, I'm going to share it over to my news feed so that my friends know I'm live streaming. And please join. There we go. And I think I'm going to send it over to also to one of the closed groups. I think I'll send it over to, oops, got to hit groups. Send it over to the network. And just to let all the rest of the peeps know, a gentle reminder that I'm live streaming. And please join us. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if Stephanie's going to be able to make it tonight. So at least, we shared it to a couple of couple places at least. Yeah, because she's really good at sharing it all over the place. And yeah, there we go. Simple enough. Simple enough. There we go. Hey, Marie's here too. Hello, Marie. Good to have you here. It's good to see you. And thank you for sharing. Thank you. Yeah, numbers. That's what we're going to be talking about tonight, is numbers. But first, I want to share with you something that I'm very happy about. It has to do with George. I think Rob Kendall said something in one of his posts, is that George is fast becoming the Star Nation spokesman, spokes puppy, right? Yeah, because I thought it was fun that, to share some of his pictures with you guys. And when I have to cancel my daily live stream for whatever reason, that he's the one that delivers the message for me. It's kind of cute. But, at our vet's office, they had a program, they still do have a program for puppies up to 7 months old, that they have daycare, and the vet techs help with the training and socialization, and it's a good way for the puppy to get used to the vet's office. So it's a good visit, right? They're excited and happy to be there. And it's a really good program. And so when George turned, I think it was 8 months, is when he was the last time he went. And he just turned 9 months a couple weeks ago, 10 days ago, actually, 10 days ago. And so he's been missing that time with other four-leggeds. We take him to the dog park, but it's not quite the same, And so there's a new place that opened about 10 minutes from us. And so we went to go tour it this afternoon with George, and it's a nice place. It's and so we're gonna sign him up for puppy daycare at least 2 days a week, and so he'll have four-legged time. And I'm excited for that because you can see it. You can see how he almost looks like he's got cabin fever, right? And I can only play so rough with him before I get hurt, like scratched and stuff like that. And so, yay for George! Hey, I'm happy. I'm happy that he's going to have some playtime, and I get to do some things around here that is kind of hard to do when he's here, like transplanting plants and that kind of stuff. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, and as we wait for others to join us, so I'm very happy. It's called Marcy's Marcy's Pet. No, now I forgot the name of it because I was just calling it Marcy's, but it's a daycare and spa. That's it, daycare and spa, because they do grooming there too, and they also kennel. So if we ever needed him to stay overnight someplace, that he'd be used to that particular place. So I'm happy. I'm happy for my Georgie boy. Yes, my furry boy, who is right now probably running around in the backyard with Paul, because Paul came home from work a little bit later than usual, and so yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to share that good news. Tonight on Communications from Home, I was trying to figure, what should we talk about on Tuesday night? What should we talk about on Tuesday night? What should be shared? And I was talking to my spiritual team, right? And they kept flashing numbers up for me. And it's like, what are the numbers for? And so let's talk about numbers. And so that's why I even called it the title that I did. Let's talk about numbers. Because there's not just me, there's a lot of people who have been talking about and sharing with me that they've been seeing certain number sequences and or triple numbers, right? And so I thought maybe we could share about that. I brought my pendulum just in case we needed to ask questions, but I also brought my number arsenal. Wait till you see this. Okay, my two go-to books. Okay, and I've been doing numerology for a lot of years, and this book, you can tell, has been well used, and yeah, one of my favorite is Numerology: Key to the Inner Self by Hans Dekaz. It's one of my favorites. This is the first book I think I bought about numerology. Yeah, and this is another one. Now, I bought this one at a used bookstore. It's Everything Numerology Book. And the subtitle is Discover Your Potential for Love, Success, Health Through the Science of Numbers by Ellie Ellenwood. Okay. And, and it's I think the copyright on this one is, what is the copyright? All right, I'm looking right at it and I don't see the number. 2003. So it's not, it's dated, but it's not, the information is still relevant. Okay. And the reason why I use several different resources is because sometimes the numbers, even though you've been getting them for a long time, sometimes they shift because we're growing and we're expanding and we're changing, right? Because we're energy. And so sometimes the way that we would understand the numbers or the number sequences also expands and changes and shifts. And so, and that's what I wanted to talk about tonight, really, because something occurred back in March, and the light bulb didn't go on for me until probably the second week into April. Okay, so we're going to talk about that a bit. But here are my other ones. I'm sure you guys are used to this one. Angel Numbers, Doreen Virtue. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people have this one. There's that one. And I also have, some people may not know this one, Math for Mystics. Math for Mystics. And it's by Rena Shiso. Okay, math for don't you just like this cover? I do. Sacred Geometry, Math for Mystics. And here's one even less known, is Love the Real Da Vinci Code by Horowitz, right? And a lot of this one is about the creation numbers. Creation numbers, okay? Told you I have an arsenal. Now, and I've shared this sheet with you guys before, The Meaning of Triple Numbers by Alice Bailey. Yeah, she was one of the early leaders in understanding and bringing numerology into the modern day. Okay. Triple Numbers by Alice Bailey. And then here's another one. It's a workshop that I went to a long time ago. I don't know, 1999 is the intro. I'm sorry. It's 2004, and I was in a feng shui conference in San Luis Obispo, California. SLO, as we call it. The Harmony, Beauty, and Beauty of Sacred Geometry. Okay. And it's by Richard Feather Anderson. Richard Feather Anderson. Yeah. And so this is another one that I might double check for certain things. And I wanted to share a little bit about this one with you guys tonight. That goes along with my story. Yeah. Okay. So, how many of you guys out there have been seeing triple numbers or certain number sequences in the last, I don't know, let's say the last 3 months at least? Maybe even longer than that for some people, right? Murray says, I can't wait for this. Me either. Hi, Jocelyn. Good to have you here. And Jocelyn is saying, I see 1111 all the time, as well as 111 and triple threes. 3333. Yep. Is the time my sister passed. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, those triple numbers. Because, the good thing is that as awakened beings, us awakened two legs, we know that spirit, our spiritual team, is communicating with us all the time. Even though you might think that, they never say anything to me. I don't even know who they are, I ask them and I don't hear anything. I don't get anything. All right. They're talking to us. They're communicating with us all the time. All the time. Maureen Mann last month on her monthly show, Angel Therapy, she talked about angel signs, right? And she did talk about numbers in her show on that one too. And so our spiritual teams, those in spirit who are assigned to us, are helping us all the time. And they will bring information to you in a way that is comfortable for you and that you would recognize. Okay. So that doesn't mean that we might not, it might go right past us and we didn't even realize it. Okay. So some people get information through music, through songs on the radio, right? And they could be right in an elevator or in the grocery store, or even on hold and you got the elevator music on the phone. Or people's ringtones, So spirit is constantly showing us information in many different ways. And numbers is just one of them. If you're seeing numbers sequences or certain like triple numbers, or maybe you have a thing with seeing 3, 4, 5, 6, or certain sequences that keep repeating itself in front of you. For whatever reason, there's a part of you that is connected to the light language through numbers. Okay, because light language is all about symbols, it's all about numbers, and it's all about music. Right? So symbols, numbers, and music. So when we're seeing that information coming through, you might think, I don't get it. I don't understand why I keep seeing these same numbers over and over and over again. And you feel like sometimes you get kind of frustrated with it too, because you just give me the information. I don't have time to sit down and read. I don't have time to sit down and research, right? Just give me the information. Well, it doesn't always work that way. Sometimes it does, but a lot of times it doesn't, because we're the ones that are having this experience here in the physical body. And so when we have the opportunity to do our own research and our own sleuthing in a way, right? Yeah, that's a good word for it, sleuthing. It's almost like a vision quest too. It's much more empowering when we start connecting the dots, and because you can feel it, whether you get goosebumps or you get that thunderstruck, is like all of a sudden you just know what it is. Yeah, it's much more powerful in the connection. That's why sometimes our spiritual team just doesn't just give us the information, right? That would be like asking them to do the work for us, right? Is to have the experience for us. And we're the ones that are here in the physical body to have that experience. And so when it comes to the numbers, I know some people might be a little skittish about, geometry, sacred geometry, or when you talk about numbers, some of the old memories about math class spring forward, even though maybe you haven't been in a math class in the last 50 years. You still kind of break out a sweat over it. This is a little bit different. Sometimes, yes, you have to do a little math. Sometimes you have to do some adding. Yeah. Sometimes, now the more advanced information, yeah, you might have to know about a little bit more geometry and the angles and that kind of thing. But it's not necessary for you unless it's a part of your soul contract. Sometimes it's just seeing the image so you can take in that light language is all you need. Isn't that good? Especially those of us who didn't do so well in math in school, right? All right, and hi Julie. She says, "Yep, she's been seeing number sequences, and she says 555 lately." Okay. Now, since March, early March, it could have even been February, last part of February. I think maybe. I've been seeing 333 a lot. Every time when you glance at the clock to see what time it is, because everything in my life is kind of every few hours I have to do something for Mom, and it's gotten to the point where I can kind of feel that time, because I've been doing it for 8 years. You can kind of feel it coming. It's like, oh, it must be time. It must be close. And I look up in the afternoon, and it's 333. Or telephone numbers. I had 3 telephone numbers in March that came up. Their last digits were 333. So I was seeing it everywhere. And so I knew that I was getting a message, and I wasn't understanding the message because it was constant. Okay. So one day because I was asking, okay, I usually, when I see triple numbers, I was going by Alice Bailey information. Okay. And so the Alice Bailey information, it says decision, the 333, decision. You have a decision to make. The decision will lead to either a 666, which means you must repeat a lesson again in some other way, or you will see a 999, which leads to a completion and that you've learned the lesson, right? And so whenever I see the 333, it's like, oh God, I got another decision to make. Okay, what's it about? And I'll make the decision and cross my fingers that it's going to lead to a 999, right? Okay, so here I am asking the same question. Okay, what decision do I have to make? What part of my life is that in? And start narrowing it down, right? Well, in March, beginning of March, late February, I was doing those same questions, and it was like there was a pause. And I'm talking to my team, it's like, so what's the deal? Why is this not coming through? And it was like they were trying to get me the information, right? So what happened is I received an email message from Carlin Ortron Franklin. Oh, I'm sorry, I take that back. Carl called me. He called me. Usually it's Ortron and I talking, and then Carl adds his thoughts in there somewhere. But Carl called me, right? And it kind of like, oh, Carl, what's going on? What can I help you with something? Because it would be it's different for Carl to call me directly. And he said, well, I had this information come to me, and I wanted to give it to you, and so that you can read it, and if we could have a conversation about it, right? And it was about the big event. And so he gave it to me, gave me the website and information, all that. And so sure, I can take a look at it, and I made time for it, right? Well, I did, but one of the things that came up on the website was 333. 333. Okay, what is this about? And so I took a look at it, and it was about, in March, there was a 333 activation gateway. Okay, because March is the third month, right? There's March 3rd, March 30th, March 12th. Those are all part of the gateway. And the 333 activation had to do with the Ascended Masters. Okay, so the moral of the story is, even though we've been doing this for a long time, sometimes what we have to do is be open enough to look at something from a different perspective, right? And so I was so used to using Alice Bailey information that I completely overlooked my other resources that I have. And so I took a look at the 333 activation information. It was a video, and it made sense to me. And I remembered that 3, 6, 9 are creation numbers. But 3 is also the Ascended Masters, right? And so then I started looking through my other resources about the number 3, 33, 333, and quadruple threes. And many of the resources, it had to do with the Ascended Masters. And in one of them, it had to do with the threeness gateway. And it says that that the essence of the threeness as the embodiment of the archetype of meditation and transition. We perceive an arched arbor as a gateway into a garden. When we create gateways, we are manifesting the law of 3. A gateway is the third element in between two spaces, the third element of placemaking after defining the center and boundaries. We can create entrances that are more strongly perceived as gateways when we consciously use the law of 3. And they talk about it being about beauty. So when you're doing your research, okay, yes, go to your go-to one, right? But if it's not really filling the information, or it doesn't feel complete to you, and you keep getting even more signs from spirit, from your spiritual team, is go deeper, go expansive. Because that's one of the things I learned, is that many of us have been doing our healing work, right? And when we do our healing work, we're getting closer and closer to the original vibration that we came in with. And when we do the releasing, we're clearing away the debris, some of those interferences and blocks, right? And when we do that, the gift in all of that is that through that experience, we gain more wisdom. And so we're not vibrating in the same way we did a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago. But we are getting closer and closer to our original vibration. And so we're evolving, right? We're evolving. And so with that shift and change, because that's what we are, we're energy, we're changing all the time and shifting, that it stands to reason that our information that we would normally go to needs to shift and change and expand as well, right? To me, that was a big aha moment. And it was through the numbers that I got that aha moment. It was through those numbers. And so with the Ascended Masters, we all have a spiritual team. No matter what you call them, right? Carl calls them his spiritual family, your spiritual committee, your spiritual team. That they are made up of many, many beings that are appointed to help us on our spiritual journey here. And so when we talk to them, we're talking to a lot of beings. That's why you should call your entire team in. Not just one or two, but your entire team. Because they can help us to understand the expanded information, where to find it. Even if you're saying, okay, I know you guys are showing this to me many times, and obviously I'm not getting it because I don't have that aha moment. I don't have that feeling like I got it. So please help me, point me in the right direction. Where am I going to find this information? I'm willing to do the homework. I'm willing to do the research. I'm willing to put together the puzzle. Just show me where to look. And they'll start dropping more clues to you, more references, just like they did with me. I was looking at something completely different that Carl had asked me to take a look at. And there the other one sat right next to it, 333, in huge numbers. So I couldn't miss it. It was 3:33. Yeah. So I'm going to back up a little bit. I'm going to address Jocelyn's 1111. Okay. So in a more base energy, that's what I'm calling. I'm not calling it the old one anymore. The base energy, 1111 is a gateway. It's about mastery. Okay? It's about mastery. And so you can always ask your team about that. What does 1111 mean for you? Because it's going to mean something different to someone else, right? And I'm using Doreen's 1111, an energetic gateway has opened for you, rapidly manifesting your thoughts into reality. Choose your thoughts wisely at this time, ensuring that they match your desires. Don't put any energy into thinking about fears at all, lest you manifest them. Okay, so that is the base, okay? The base information, because this was copyrighted in 2006. Okay, so it's a base information. So it's an energetic gateway that's open for you, and it's about manifestation, how to manifest. And so you could be asking your spiritual team about, okay, yes, no questions. If you're a dowser, that's great. If you're not, that's okay. You can feel it in your body. Okay. If you're standing and you're asking the question, is this 1111 that you keep showing me? Is this a gateway about manifestation? Okay. And if it's a yes, you're going to feel yourself, and you're not moving. You can feel yourself kind of being pulled forward or pushed back. And usually right in your not solar plexus, but your sacral and your solar plexus area. Okay. And so get a yes or no on that. If you're a dowser, you can use your pendulum, your rods. You could do kinesiology if you know about that. So you can get the base, okay? And then you start asking more questions and asking, is there more expanded information that I should be looking at? Yes or no? If it is, then show it to me. Take me to it. Tell me where it is. And I can't wait to look it up. I want to read about it. If it's a video, I'll watch it. Okay? So the base is about manifestation. And 11 is a master number, and it's about mastering the physical world. That's another base information. Okay. Yeah. But there's expanded knowledge there. And so it's up to us to go that next step, right? To go to the more expanded information, to really understand it. And the same way with the triple ones, that's about energy flow of all kinds. And so, you have to find out, what kind of energy are you talking about? What kind of energy is flowing from me? And you can start going through it. It could be money. It could be sexual energy. It could be electricity. What kind of energy is flowing? And then take that one step further. When you find out what the base is, and find out, okay, if this is about finances, where do I have to look for the more expanded information? That is where the juice is. That really is taking it that next step. And same with the 3 3s, right? The triple threes. And for me, the triple threes, yes, it is about making a decision, but it's much more than that. And for the angel stuff, angel information, it says that you've merged with the ascended masters, and they're working with you day and night on many levels. They love, guide, and protect you in all ways. Now, isn't that comforting, right? Yeah. And see, we all have ascended masters on our spiritual teams. We all do. We all do. You at least one, and many times more than one. I have 8. 8. To me, that's a large number, but there's probably others who have many, many more than 8 on their spiritual teams. So when you see the 333, this is what I'm doing, is I've been asking about, okay, so what does the Ascended Masters have for me today? What is that information that you're trying to get to me? Tell me what it is. Show me where it is. Take me to the next piece. And I'm happy. I'm willing to do something with it. Right? Does that make sense, Jocelyn? Yeah. And the fact that your sister passed away at 333, that's pretty significant. To me, that would mean that she was certainly working with a lot of Ascended Masters. Okay, and here's Julie. Julie is saying she's been seeing 555. 555. Yeah, Alice Bailey talks about that being about ascension. She says it's about unity consciousness. This is the number when somebody has attained unity consciousness. They have mastered all levels of the mastery school. It is the highest number. It's the number of Christ. Okay. Now, the Christ consciousness, right? It's all about love and compassion. The I am presence, right? But take that one step further. Or several steps further, they're saying. Several steps further. And 5, because that's the base number, and that is 5. 5 is about transmutation. It's about change. It's about transformation. It's about change. It's about the betwixt and the between. And sometimes it's a tough place to be in. Because you're not here and you're not there. You're right in between. Yeah. But it also is the number that has the most soul growth to it. That experience that's around it. That's why it's the 555s. That's why it's the highest number. Because we have such large expansion of soul growth there. Those are the times when you see it sometimes about classes, it's life-changing, it's life-altering. Those are 555 classes. Be prepared for it. Yeah. Go in hydrated. Go in grounded. Go in balanced. Right? So that you can take in all of it in its fullness. And so it doesn't rock your world to the point that it shatters. Okay? Yeah. So it's good that you're doing your grounding every day, Julie. It's good because you're seeing this number, and it's about that shifting and changing, right? It's about that mastery that you've attained. Let's see what Doreen has to say about that one, because I honestly don't remember what hers is. 555. Here it is. Whoops, back a page. Hers is major changes and significant transformations are here for you. You have an opportunity to break through the chrysalis and uncover the amazing life you truly desire. Right? Major changes. Major changes. Okay. This is where we go to another one. I'm going to look in everything numerology, and we're going to take a look at the 5. It's called the flow number of 5. It says two straight lines in a semicircle. One straight line reaches into the mental plane, supporting heaven. The other connects the mental and the semicircle, which rounds on its left and forms a container on its right. The center is where the vertical line meets the semicircle. They're talking about the literal drawing of 5, okay? It's feminine and masculine. It's got a balance of feminine and masculine. The energetic flow, a reaching for and a focusing of mental energies, drawing direct focus movement down to connect the rounded protecting container rocking on Earth. The characteristics is about curiosity, adventure, shaker, mover. Okay, so it's feminine. No, I'm sorry. It's feminine and masculine. I was thinking about 3s. Feminine and masculine. So there's a balance there, right? So if we're looking at it from an expanded information, All right, so just the number 5. This number relates to change, transformation, transmutation, and alchemy. Something in your life is changing or about to change for the better. All right, so it's about change. And I would go to the alchemy, right? That's the word that kind of popped out for me. So hang on. Well, first of all, Julie, if you'd like, I can douse on something for you. I want to douse on the alchemy piece, okay? But I need your permission to do that first. So just let me know, and I can douse on it for you. So Jocelyn is saying, I will do that, Neshi, because the 1111 has been for years, but the 333 has just been since last October. Yeah. Okay, so the 1111, you said it's for years. The next time you see it, jot down the date and what's going on and kind of look at the energy around it. Is it preparing you? Is it preparing you for the next big gateway that's coming? Because that the energy starts to build, right? About 10 to 14 days before. And then we build, we get to the gateway or whatever, like the solstice or the equinoxes or the full moons or whatever, right? And then we're at the crescendo, we're at the apex of the energy, and then it starts to wane. And then they say that we're in the shadow. I don't really like that one, but we're in that waning energy of it. Still there, but the strength is starting to ebb, right? And so if you're seeing it beforehand, that's one thing, because then they're giving you time to prepare for it. And even maybe do some meditations around it, ask your spiritual team about it to show you what's most important to know about that particular gateway that's coming up. And if you're seeing it after the fact, then you can start asking questions because you just went through it, right? Is what do you need to do to be able to take advantage of the opportunity, right? What did you gain with it? What am I going to gain from this? What other things do I have to do while I'm still in the energy of it? Now, it's not maybe quite as strong, but it's still there, right? And so find out some information about it. Yeah, and that 333, I'm going to put the link in from that activation code that happened in March. Okay. And you can watch it and see if it resonates at all with you. You can ask your spiritual team if it's about the Ascended Masters for you. And then you have a way to be able to kind of focus in on the Ascended Masters on your team and what they have for you. Okay. And how they want to deliver it to you. Right. Yeah. When I did that, what I got was right. And I'm going, okay. Then I had to find out, what am I writing? Am I writing about something? Is it, I don't know, does it come through the magazine? Are you telling me to write, a blog again? So what does that mean, write? Well, for me, it was automatic writing. I haven't done automatic writing since 2008. And so now I make time for the automatic writing, not every day because of my schedule and mom, but I would say out of 7 days, I probably do automatic writing 4 days out of the week. Yeah. So you never know what it is. And if you want me to douse on that for you, Jocelyn, I'd be happy to. Okay. Stephanie says, I've been seeing all the triple numbers except 444 for about 2 years now. All of them except 444. All right. And so, Stephanie, what did we talk about in the daily live stream show today? We talked about Heyoka. We talked about coyote medicine. And I know you carry coyote medicine, right? That is one of your power animals, correct? So let's go the opposite. You're seeing all of them except 444. So maybe you already have the answer that you're supposed to focus in on 444. Because otherwise you could have spent a lot of time researching and going through all the other 8 numbers, right? Yeah. 444. So 444 with Alice Bailey. Now this is just the base. And so we're going to look at it more expanded of that, right? So just the base of it with Alice Bailey, it's about the mystery school. What is occurring in life is a lesson learning, such as reading books or studying a subject, but not actually doing. Okay. So that would be like being in school again, right? You're gathering information, you're learning about certain things, but you haven't actually started to apply it in life yet. Now that's just the base from Alice Bailey. And Doreen is, thousands of angels surround you at this moment, loving and supporting you. You have a very strong and clear connection with the angelic realm and are an earth angel yourself. You have nothing to fear. All is well. Now, I can attest to that earth angel thing because all the help that you've been giving me, holy smokes. Okay, so this is kind of like a base, right? And just for more information about the base, just the number 4. It says, angels are with you. Call upon them for help, guidance, and feelings of love and security. Okay. So for you, when you turn to your spiritual team, turn to the angels on your team and see what they have for you. What can they tell you? That's the expanded version. Why is it expanded? Is because you're going directly to your spiritual team for that help. You're not relying on what someone else has written. Does that make sense? It's empowering. And I can't say that word. Empowering. Yeah. All right. So Maria's saying, for over 20 years, I've always seen 227. Told my mom a couple weeks ago, and she said that's always been a lucky number for her and her locker in high school. Really? So maybe it's a either a lineage thing, down through maybe the feminine lineage. See, 227, right? That's an 11. That's a master number. And the master number is about mastering the physical world, right? I'm just going to see what Doreen says, she says, the angels ask you to believe in yourself and the path that you've chosen, for it's the divine right path for you. So do you feel like you've chosen a path? Are you vacillating on it? Are you thinking, geez, I don't think that's it? Or I don't even really know. I don't know what my path is. And the chances are you're already on it. And it's something that you could master. Now, when we talk about mastery, we're not talking about sit back in a lounge chair and watch videos on it, right? No. That means you're very active in it, very active. That your participation means that you're learning that thing inside and out, upside down and around, that you could do it with blindfolds on, right? And that you have a deep joy about it. Because the more that you gain with it, there's that word again, elation. I've been hearing that word a lot. Elation about it, that you got it, right? I understood that. Yeah. Mastery numbers can be very challenging. And we're here on earth to master the physical plane. That's what we're here to do. Yeah. So Marie, I would say get to the expanded version of it, because if you're here, the angels, this is Doreen again, the angels ask you to believe in yourself and the path you've chosen, for it's the divine right path for you. All right, so believe in yourself. Do you? Do you believe in yourself? And do you believe that the path that you're on is your chosen path? It's your soul path, right? It's two different things. And a lot of that has to do with trust, that you trust yourself. And maybe that's the mastery. Maybe that's the mastery. Thank you for sharing that, Marie. Stephanie is saying 227 was the first 3 digits in my phone number when I was overseas, and I see it pretty frequently to this day. So, all right, so we know the base. The base is asking you to believe in yourself. This is the angels asking you to believe in yourself and the path that you've chosen. And it's about mastery. So, and it could be a bit different for you because it's not the same for everybody, right? But you have a place to start. That's why I call them base numbers. It used to be that was the key. That's it. But these days, it's just the base. It's just to get us started and then start looking deeper and doing that sleuthing for yourself, right? Okay. And Julie is saying yes, and we're working on 555, and I was wondering about the alchemy piece, right? All right, so here we go. I got my pendulum, and I want to get that one page up. So I'm just going to double check here. I just want to make sure that my slow down a bit. Okay, so is this pendulum sufficiently clear to dowse with? Yes, thank you. Am I worthy to dowse? Yes. Okay, thank you. Is it in the highest good that I dowse for Julie Chamoy Hill regarding the numerology for the 555? Yes. Okay. I'm going to pull my screen down just a little bit so you guys can see this. Okay. All right. And so do I have permission from Julie's high self to dowse for her? Yes. All right. Thank you. So in her seeing the 555, the triple fives, and the base number of 5, Is she to focus on transformation? No. Is she supposed to focus on transmutation? No. On the alchemy? Yes. On the alchemy. That's a big yes. Okay. So it's life-changing, right? That's what the fives was about. It's about change and transmutation, the triple fives. Triple fives. I just want to make sure I got that right. Yeah. Oh, sure. It was off by a page here. It says major changes is significant transformation. You have the opportunity to break out of the chrysalis and uncover the amazing life you truly deserve. So it's about the alchemy of that change. Oops. Yes. Okay. So, Julie, if I were you, the expanded of that is to really take a look at that alchemy. Connect with your spiritual team and find out what is alchemy for you. What does that mean for you? In what part of your life, right? Yeah. You might even have to just understand alchemy a little bit better for yourself. What does that really mean for you? Take a look at the definition and see what part of that definition resonates with you. What kind of says, yeah, that popped out at me. Yes. Just like the word alchemy did for me. Like that. Yeah. And Jocelyn. Yeah, hang on. Julie. I don't know what it means. But I keep hearing the word King of Kings. That phrase, King of Kings. I know we just got done with Easter and sometimes they use that phrase with that, but King of Kings. So I don't know how that relates to the alchemy, but that's something that you might want to take a look at. Okay? Let me know. I'm curious now. All right. And Jocelyn says, I always pray when I see it, which is almost every day. The 333. Yeah. Yeah. Jocelyn, what I would do, in your prayer, which is okay, is to really focus on the ascended masters, right? Yeah. I mean, you don't necessarily have to know them by name. If you want to, that's something that you can do. You can find out how many are on your team and who they are, and because there's a lot of ascended masters, a lot. There's more than just a couple. And so you could do that if you wanted to. I got some in my eye. Okay. Okay, so Jocelyn said, okay, did I say I was going to douse on something for you, didn't I? Okay, so wasn't on the 1111, it was on the 333, and I was going to douse on it to see about the Ascended Masters. Okay. I love this. Okay, I've only got a couple minutes, but we might splash over you guys, okay? Just a little bit in the time, just so you know. I just want to make sure I get to everybody. All right, so let's see. Is it in the highest good that I douse for Jocelyn Yoakum for the Ascended Masters information? Okay, thank you. And I'm going to pull this down a little bit so you guys can see this. Do I have permission from Jocelyn's high self to, I'm going to move over a little bit, to douse for her regarding the 333 and the Ascended Masters? Yes. Okay. Thank you. So on Jocelyn's spiritual team, it's like, yes. How many ascended masters does she have on her team? Is it more than 3? Yes. Okay. Is it more than 10? No. Is it more than 5? Yes. Okay. Is it 6, 7, 8, 9? 9. 9 ascended masters on your team. Okay. So is that the reason why she's been seeing the 333 as much as she has? Yes. Okay. Is it about making a decision? No. Okay. It's about the ascended masters. Yes. Okay. All right. So they have some information for you, lady. They've really been trying to get a hold of you. It's kind of like getting a telephone call. Do you ever guys get those calls where they want you to, they always say, don't hang up. And it's one of those robocalls kind of things. Yeah. Yeah. Even with that, though, I saw 333. Yeah. One of those calls came in and the number had triple threes in it. I just kind of laugh about that. And Stephanie, yes, ma'am. You're so funny. And I knew it. You researched them all. Yeah. Yep. I'm glad that made sense to you. I'm glad it did. Yeah, because it gives you a certain direction to go in then. Yeah. And so Maria's saying, yes, believe in myself, but not so much the path. Right. And that's pretty normal though, Marie. That's pretty normal, right? It's not until it's like right here in our face do we say, "Oh yeah, that was it." So maybe that's the part that you're meant to work on is to believe that you're on the right path, even though you might not know the name of it. And it's when you're working on something or when you're reading something or watching a video or anything like that, is pay attention to your emotions around whatever it is. Because when we're working working with our gifts and our soul path, our soul connection or journey, yeah, soul connection. Okay, where did that come from? I don't know. Soul connection. Write that one down, Marie. Soul connection. It might mean something for you. Is that you feel a certain way. Okay. You have a certain kind of emotion with it. Some people get very, very happy. Other people get very verklempt. It makes them so happy or so, oh my gosh, that's it. It's kind of really that they actually get kind of weepy, get kind of teary. It's okay. It's good stuff. It doesn't mean tears doesn't mean it has to be bad. That you're just brought to tears over it. It's kind of like watching somebody who is in their heart and doing their soul work. It kind of emotionally moves you. It does me. I get kind of teary-eyed. It's like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. Ice skaters a lot I do that with because you can feel it. Yeah. So pay attention to that piece. Yeah. I think that would be good. Hey, Sabrina. Hello to you too. She says, I see 1, 2, 3 all the time. Yeah. Yeah. That kind of sequence, right? 1, 2, 3. 123. This is during virtue. Okay. She says, simplify your life. Get rid of anything that's pulling at your energy, time, or finances, especially anything that pulls you away from your life purpose. The ascended masters are helping you with this simplification. So 1, 2, 3 is a 6, right? That's 1 plus 2 plus 3 is a 6. And the ascended masters are helping you with that. And so the 6 relates to earthly materials, such as possessions, concrete and tangible. Be careful to balance thoughts or worries about the material with a focus and faith in the spiritual. So it's about balance, right? And so, like I said, Sabrina, that this is just the base, okay? Base information. So you can get a feel or understanding of it. Now take it one step further. Go to your spiritual team. Pray to God about it, or the Creator. Whatever your belief system is, and take that one step further, because it's expanded. Expand it. So the first thing I would do is identify what is it that's really kind of pulling me away from what I feel I'm here to do. Where is my energy being taken? And then move toward balancing that out or getting rid of it completely and see what happens, right? And then see what happens. But I would connect with my spiritual team and ask them to show me where it is that we could do that, right? Just to kind of narrow it down. And then once you narrow it down, and then you can understand it, and then look at it from a much more expanded version of it. Yeah. Hi, Lisa. Hello. Card, please. I'm not drawing cards. Sorry. We're talking about numerology and the triple numbers or number sequences that we see all the time, because we have the base information, but it really is more expanded in the energy that we're living in now. And so, yeah. But if you like card draws, come see us on Thursday at Maureen Mann's show, which is Angel Therapy, Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And the second half of her show, she's doing card draws. Okay. Yeah. So Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern. Stephanie is saying, oh, good. Thank you. Stephanie is our social media manager. And so she really knows about that stuff. And so Julie's thanking me. Thank you. Okay. So Lisa's saying 444 and also 1111. Man, that is okay. So Lisa, I know that you probably came in a little bit later, but yeah, we have other people who are seeing that too. The 1111 is a gateway. Okay. And it literally on November 11th is a gateway. Yeah. But that 1111 is about gateway energy. And so there's lots of gateways all the time. And so is to notice them, know what they are, when they are, and then watch around them. Watch, sense, feel about 10 days to 2 weeks before they actually happen, at the peak of when they're happening, and then about a week to 10 days after, as the energy starts to wane. Okay. And where this is the expanded version, is connecting with your spiritual team and asking them about what is this about this gateway that I'm supposed to pay attention to, right? What am I supposed to do with this energy to understand it in a much expanded version of it, right? Because it's going to be very unique to you. Yeah. And 444 is about the mystery school, and it's about studying but not actually applying. It's like taking in the information. It's like when you're back in school again, that you're reading about it, but you're not actually doing it. That they're preparing you for doing it. Now that's just the base of it. But you might be in an elevated school. You might be in an advanced program, an AP. Okay. And so it's finding out what is it that really interests you. What are you studying? Are you studying numerology? Are you studying tarot? Are you studying what are you studying? Right? And go to the advanced part is to really master it. Go in there, study everything that you can get your hands on, right? And so when you get to the point of application, your self-confidence is really strong because you've done your homework. You've done your work. That's the expanded view. So Justin is saying yes. Good. All right. Thank you for putting that in there, Stephanie. Thank you so much. Hey, Kimberly's here. Hello, Kimberly. I know we're way over on our time. You're welcome, Jocelyn. You're very welcome. Jocelyn says, yes, I get weepy with 333 knowing my sister passed at the time. Thank you. Yes. Now, it is about those feelings about, of course, that's your sister. Of course, you're going to feel, grief. There's no timeline on grief, right? But what part of your relationship with your sister that was really strong and compelling in your relationship with her? And then find out from the ascended masters about that, okay? Because it is tied to your sister. And really identify that feeling, okay? That emotion, yeah. So Kimberly's saying, watching you douse with your pendulum tonight. So that is me decided on getting my own now. Oh, good for you. The world need more dowsers, that's for sure. But dowsing is really a bridge. It's a tool, right? And it helps to strengthen your intuition, because a lot of times I feel the yes or the no before it actually starts to swing, right? And that's good, because it helps to strengthen your faith in yourself, really. All right, Sabrina said, thank you. I wish I knew my purpose working on that. Yeah. My suggestion is, Sabrina, because, I think we've all been there at one time or another, right? Is to look at what is it that whatever it is that you're doing that makes you happy, that brings you so much joy, that so much, if I could do that all the time kind of feeling. Because somewhere in that is a clue for you. Yeah. All right. Hi, Candy. Good to have you here. All right. So I know we're about 15 minutes over, and I'm so glad you guys hung in there with me. It was just a lot to cover, and I wanted to make sure that that it was a real conversation, right? And that the information that was shared both ways, those in sharing your stories and the numbers that you're seeing, is helpful to other people. And I just love numerology. I do. But you saw those people who just showed up. I call it my arsenal, my numerology arsenal. I've got like 6 or 7 books here. And I've read all of them. But really, in the age that we're living in right now, the energy that we live in, having seen it in the books is good. And that's a place to start. That's why I call it our base information. But we're meant to take it so much further in this expanded way. And how to expand it is go to your spiritual teams. Get to know them. They're assigned to you for a reason, okay? And to be able to ask them, talk to them about it. Say, Okay, I keep seeing this triple number or this number sequence. Could you please help me understand it more? Bring me some more information, right? They can't do the work for you, but they certainly can put the information or the right people in your path, kind of thing. So have fun with it, okay? It's meant to be joyful. It's meant to be a happy journey with it. So with that, thank you again. You've been watching Communications from Home. It's my weekly show, and we start at 8 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, and I do also do a daily live stream. It's called the Daily Live Stream. I didn't know what to call it. And the group card draw. And I draw one card, or actually a couple cards in the morning, and that's meant for everybody. And so we have a conversation about that. And so you can join me at 3 p.m. every day, or practically every day for that. And just go to Star Nation's main fan page here at Facebook, where you're watching this right now. And we have a whole bunch of stuff there. If you're brand new to Star Nations, check us out. Come and visit. We got a couple of closed groups too that we do more stuff like this at. So enjoy the rest of your evening, and thank you for being with me. Okay. Ba Mamina, that's Potawatomi for until we see each other again. Love you guys.